Today is the day for the latest Campfire chat from the Diablo 4 developers, and this chat is being called the most important update to the community and players of Diablo 4. Essentially, if they don't knock it out of the hellish park, so to speak, then many predict the game will die. In the face of current ARPG games like Last Epoch, Path of Exile 1, and PoE 2's beta on the horizon, Blizzard has a lot of expectation to meet to keep a player base not just loyal, but interested in playing and revisiting each season. Why not be concerned about loyalty? More on that in a moment. First, they need the player base to return for one major reason: the upcoming expansion that they hope to rake in the cash. Given that D4 was the fastest selling video game ever at 9 million copies or more with billions of dollars of revenue, as a business beholden to their investors, they really need the cash.
Give me the cash. Been here long? Yeah, long enough. Come on, give me the cash.
After all, they aren't going to make their billions off of overpriced cosmetics. The issue and challenge that I see is from a business perspective, not a design perspective. Design is not the reason that they're in this predicament, it's profit margins. Let me explain. Most of the content from the development team thus far in the 9 months of this game's life has been reactionary to the pushback and disappointment from their player base. It has not been innovation or progressive, well-thought-out development. The recent Gauntlet deployment and very clear bad design choices is a great example of this. As a small business owner myself who has spent the last 14 years learning about the cadence of changes, additions, retractions, marketing, bottom line profit protection, and influence, I strongly feel that this reactionary approach is due to investors and management dropping the ball on progressive development and picking up said ball and throwing it as hard as they can at the development team to get better results. Make no mistake, today during the Campfire chat, they're going to most likely doll out a lot of new information and systems that are meant to get the player base excited. Content creators and streamers are most likely going to be cautiously excited with reserving judgment until they can play. And of course, there will be the voices that continue to spout the latest catchphrase of D4 bad. What I'm interested in for today's communication from a business to their player base is how reactionary this season will be and how many systems that are being announced are pulled from the upcoming expansion. Let's be clear. The magnitude of changes being proposed, itemization overhaul being the largest I would assume, requires a lot of iteration, development, testing internally and externally, and then considerable adjustments to be made before a release. Well, in an ideal progressive development timeline. Given the speed to which they need to introduce these major changes like itemization, I highly doubt they have had the proper time to be ready to implement this system unless it was pulled from the expansion or tweaked and added to give it more impact. Yes, they have two teams working in cadence with each other to develop the seasons, where they pulled from their development of upcoming seasons to engage on these massive changes from the drawing board to going gold for release. I doubt it. So keep in mind, as you, the player base, listen to the Campfire chat, that your excitement might be a ruse to cover that they are cannibalizing the upcoming expansion to yet again be reactionary in their development of a billion-dollar IP. Rather than being bold and having courage to make an abrupt stop and course correct the right way. That can be hard for them to do, certainly because the loyalty issue that I mentioned at the top of the video. Essentially, they have a very, very long way to go to retain the loyalty of their fan base again and make Diablo the standard in ARPGs that games can be influenced by. Path of Exile 1 is heavily influenced by Diablo 2, and with some daring business practices like making it free to play and having affordable cosmetics. It's sad that Diablo 3 and 4 were not influenced by their most successful game in the series, and instead were influenced by seemingly one douchebag. My prediction is we are going to be super duper neato excited about the possibilities of what they are showing and suggesting. I have very little faith that it will be implemented the right way and be free of bugs and broken aspects that will only help secure the challenge of D4 bad. And heavens and hells help them if they don't fix this game before PoE 2 hits the beta or Last Epoch has its next season. If you enjoyed today's content, then please give it a like and subscribe. As you know, this helps the channel grow and helps us to continue the discussion about ARPGs in general, which is what this channel is about. Comment below sharing your thoughts, good or bad. Be respectful, please, so as to further the discussion and also being transparent help the channel grow. I am Raziael, and I hope you stay safe in the world of Sanctuary and beyond.